Live from Venice Beach, California, yet again, the veritable edge of Western civilization. Welcome. Today is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? That'd be cool. Wednesday. Oh, it's the 20th. Yeah, and it's Wednesday. 20th of August, 2014. And this is show number 61. That's right. Whoa. So, this is what we did yesterday. Yep. So as I was finishing this piece yesterday, it occurred to me that it's Mount Sinjar in Iraq. It's a spirit painting, and if you don't know or remember what's happening there, these Yazidis have been chased up the top of this mountain, and initially there were about 40,000 of them, and they were being exterminated by the ISIS people. And it's only because people like the Kurds in Syria and the Kurds in northern Iraq went in there and did their best to get people out, along with, you know, the U.S. sent some airstrikes in and whatnot. But bottom line was that it was going to be the ISIS folks. Their focus was to exterminate these folks because they were heretics, according to them. Every man, woman, and child. Crazy stuff. But anyway, here we have it.
Yes, Andy!
It's the beach today. So much going on in the world right now. People usually expect, in the news business, they always think of the summer as a slow time. But this summer, not so much.
I'm hella curious. I always look for the truth. Things that make man mad. I'm hella curious. That's my mind.
I had this this young woman came up about an hour ago, all excited to see the work again. She apparently she brothers get asthma, and every once in a while he has these coughing fits, and it sounds like he's, you know, choking. And sometimes people laugh at him. Hey there, brother, how you doing? I'm awesome. Good, 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 good. It just reminded me, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can put your bike over there.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's probably good. So I'll be looking this way. Cool. Very exciting. Very exciting. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, I do this live stream at 6, and then and I just started so I paint a painting, and
It should be fun.
yeah, it's working. It's working. Perfect timing. Let's see. It's been a wonderful day.
Bet.
Weather's great. I did a reading for somebody earlier, astrology reading.
Cool.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Yeah. Just been a little lonely day. For some reason.
A little what?
I'm feeling my loneliness.
Good.
I think it probably is.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, it's a great place to start.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, you want to sit?
No, I'm cool. I need to stand for a while.
Okay.
I don't want to be in the way of that.
No, I just want you to know that you're on camera.
Okay. I already am.
Oh yeah, already. Everything you've said has been recorded.
That's fine.
All right,
As long as
cool.
people are- Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is show number 61.
That's awesome.
I started doing it in when I came back, the beginning of May, actually. And did a little quick trip to the East Coast for an award ceremony. And on the way, somebody said, you know, when you get back, you need to start doing this. And I was like, okay. So I did, and I tell you, it just feels wonderful. It feels wonderful doing it.
I bet it's really rewarding.
Yeah.
Do you? Are they saved?
Oh yeah, it's all up. It's all on using Google's YouTube and Google Plus and all that kind of stuff. So
everybody can find it.
Yeah, it's all archived. Forever and ever and ever. Yeah, right.
It's an amazing way to share your work.
Yeah. This is the piece I did yesterday.
That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. It's truly
Right as I was finishing it, I realized that it was on Sinjar.
Is it a holiday?
It's the mountain in Iraq that the Yazidis have escaped to.
Right, exactly.
Their exit from.
I wasn't really looking. I was looking at the. I mean, I saw the mountain, but I wasn't placing it at all.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Extremely.
It really changes it, doesn't it, when you think about that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I had no idea, but when I started painting this crowd, I was like, wait a second, where's that going? You know? And then I stood back, and then I don't know if you can see it, but you see the figures, these.
I was wondering about those.
Yeah. Well,
they're tears or.
No, those are people from the other side, my friend.
Yeah, they're souls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
You see the soles here?
Yeah, I noticed those.
See it going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Beautifully done.
Yeah, the thing is, I specifically just watched this painting happen without any, universe said put this color on, put that color on. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know? I love it when it's like that. I have no clue.
Yeah.
You know?
You just received something that just went straight to the canvas.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. What's the process, you know? You need some of this?
What is that?
Aloe.
I'm cool for that, but that's
Okay.
Do you use that on skin?
Oh yeah, my nose. You kidding me? Look at my nose.
Yeah.
It gets so toasted.
Great for burns.
Yep. You're telling me, I really got toasted this weekend. Wonderful. It feels like there's. It feels like there's an acceleration going on. I mean, there always does, but
Yeah.
specifically, I was just talking about it before you wrote up, that, in the news cycle, in the news business, they think of summer as a slow time. That's why you see all the puff stories in August and whatnot.
It hasn't been real slow.
There hasn't been any kind of slow, baby. It's been full on, and it's only getting faster, you know?
It's non-stop, and it's just been...
But,
like
yeah.
things going on.
I was starting to tell people, I had this, about an hour ago, this young woman came up. She got all tattoos. Every bit of her is pretty much tattooed, you know? Young, beautiful young woman. And she started to, she was all excited. She's like, I watched your movie, and it was magnificent, you know? And she started to recount for me parts of the movie. And one of the parts she recounted was this part where I was talking about the earthquake that happened here in LA, right? Because when this whole thing about the movie, this is the movie she's talking about, and this is the book that's based on that movie. It's basically a transcript of the movie. It's the Emergence Beyond 2012 documentary, and how that came about is, I had this experience where this is just my, knock around copy. How that came about is, I discovered these archaeological sites. I discovered the first one back in 1993-94 in Big Sur when I was going through the spiritual acceleration. I was in a state of bliss 24 hours a day for another 3 months. And, there's like, when you're in that state, there's a constant divine communion going on, and information, everything is the library. It's just information coming from every direction. Everything makes perfect sense,
Not a book of my daughters.
There you go.
Right. Did you read it?
I did. Some of the Hopi don't love that book.
I know.
I'm sure you did.
But, what can I say? There's information in there that is, I think the reason why they don't like it is because it reveals things they don't reveal, especially the second half of the book where it gets into the ceremonies. Okay, but the part that's germane to this is, the beginning of the book where he's just talking about their tradition, the oral traditions about the 3 worlds before this one, and the transition from each world to the next. And specifically, what this one is about is the destruction of the 3rd world and the transition into what they call the 4th world, the one that we're in right now. Because to them, the Nephilim Great Spirit is destroyed the world 3 times previously.
Yeah.
You know, the first by fire, the second by ice, and the third by flood. So anyway, make a long story shorter, she started. This girl, you know, she came up, she was all excited and everything, and she starts talking about what I was talking about in the movie, where when I happened to drive through Los Angeles, um, about I was up on top of Mount Palomar
Okay.
when the earthquake happened, the North earthquake happened, right? And um, and it was in the middle of that spiritual acceleration that I was experiencing, right? And so a week later, I drove up to 405, and I didn't even know about the earthquake until I came down off of the mountain, and you know, it was about a week later.
Yeah.
And I was in Encinitas, and this person, I was in the garden at Yoganatha's ashram there, and I overheard these people talking about an earthquake in Los Angeles, and I was like, "What are you folks talking about?" And they told me.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, where have you been?" And I was like, "Well,
Up on top of a very solid mountain.
yeah, yeah, definitely." So a couple of days later, I drove up through here. I drove up through the 405,
Yeah.
you know, looking over into Northridge, and
It's pretty bad.
and I asked the universe, you know, like, why did this happen? And what the universe said was that, you know, when a people in a place fail to keep the spiritual focus above the material focus over time, you know, disharmony is the result. And, you know, conversely, one of the reasons why I was experiencing that you know, sense of euphoria for those 3 months was because I was keeping a spiritual focus for more than 51% of the time, you know, which that's like the tipping point. If you keep a spiritual focus for 51% of the time, then you experience a sense of tremendous harmony and balance throughout the rest of your life, you know. And so anyway, she reminded me of that, and that reminded me of all these places where calamity is happening right now. You know, from Israel, Palestine to Ukraine to, you know, the middle of Africa, all over friggin' Africa with that whole Ebola thing. The places that are where the Ebola is really taken off is these places that have been experiencing tremendous wars. I think that's what they do. So anyway, blah blah. Thanks for listening. So, hello again. Your thoughts, sir?
I think you're absolutely right, especially because a lot of those places, old places like that mountain and Jerusalem and, you know, other places that usually are places to go for, you know, a renewal of spiritual balance. And they're surrounded by the imbalances there are right now. So they're under siege. And the bad energy is just going around them and seeding, going back and seeding. You can't figure out where it's going to be. And it's pretty amazing. It's all focused right there. You know, I don't believe in apocalypse or anything like that. I just believe that somehow what he said was actually true. It's happening.
Spiritual focus.
You know what's out of balance. It usually shows itself there.
Yep. You know that the eye in the pyramid is, you know, the eye at the apex of the pyramid is a symbol of this very thing. That's one of the reasons why it's on the dollar bill. Is the idea is that when you keep a spiritual focus above the material focus, then everything is taken care of. But when you know, try to do it the other way around. You publish the material, and everything gets goes through. He's usually pretty good about me saying something to him when I'm in the middle of the show. Sure, it's not too good.
He's been around here a long time.
35 years, something like that.
Yeah, I was here back in '82.
You were running a falafel stand on the boardwalk?
Yeah, it's back when there were only 4 places to eat, maybe 5 between here and Utica.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was it's kind of annoying.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. He's not always sensitive to what's going on around him.
Yeah. But he also likes to get paid for his image and
Grab himself and move it out
I hate to do what he's doing, which is to step into somebody's thing and tell them,
there. Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, he also, a lot of times he does that for musicians.
yeah, but he's been pretty responsive to I think. Oh well. I'm gonna focus on this. Oh, thank you for saving that. Soccer ball.
Yeah.
And glass. They don't seem to go together too well.
Yeah, they don't.
Hey, Harry, I'm broadcasting. What's that? I know you are. It's
Hey, what's up?
So, do you have any questions about the project?
Not really. I just, I mean, I kind of want to save them for when we meet with everybody. and I guess they get down to practical things like how can I help? You know, what's the scope of involvement that you'd like me to come up with? Do you have ideas about how you can use it? It's pretty much a good starting up.
Yeah. And I just want to reiterate, your expertise has to do with marketing and promotion, public relations?
I have PR people I work with that I think would be pretty good. And I do have the ability to sort of do a launch proposal, you know, run a launch campaign for something. And then if you need creative at all, then I'm really good with naming and copy. I'm just not really sure how much of that you actually need.
Yeah, really.
And in general, I mean, the deeper my involvement can get, the more happy I am.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Well, Conscious Pilots, the vision came to me in a dream. And the idea was that there would be this collective of creative geniuses that would, you know, basically change the world forever for the better. You know?
Yeah.
And so it's no matter what anybody's expertise is, it's meant to be a collaboration.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's not a pyramid necessarily. It's more kind of whoever has the juice at the moment. Yet, you know, we start with a creative vision, and the vision is the exhibition.
Right.
The first exhibition that will result ultimately in a traveling exhibition and ultimately a permanent exhibition space.
Yeah.
And so you know, we talked the other day about what the basic exhibition would look like.
Yes.
And so where we need, like right now it's just Ryan and me. There's a brother, Brian Kutza, who had the Third Point Studios before. He's an architect.
Perfect.
And, you know, so he can, you know, bring it into nuts and bolts, the whole structure and whatnot, you know, the dome with the pyramid in it and all that.
You can really realize.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows how to weld. So does Brian. I mean, Brian and Ryan. And there's a couple of other people that I'm sure will come along and step into this as it grows over the next year or so. And you know, looking at like a year out, you know, a year from now, we would be, it'd probably be actually about 15 to 18 months from now would be the target. You know, getting permissions and all that kind of stuff from the city. And, so, as far as you know, the marketing and all that stuff, we're, you know, in terms of merchandising, I mean, we have that part kind of figured. You know, that's kind of what I.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a couple of ideas about it, but it's not. They're kind of sideline stuff.
Yeah, like what?
Well, people are beginning to embed sound, like speakers and stuff, into surfboards.
Really?
Yeah. So I started to ask myself just how, and I don't really know what the abilities are, but I mean, if they could do a sort of tiny light box, you know, about where the guy would be like looking down when he's waiting for waves. I thought that would be a pretty cool
That
idea.
is crazy. That's way crazy.
Yeah, that's the main one I've had so far.
Yeah, that's really cool. Because, you know, where do people's boards sit when they're not in the water?
Against the wall.
Exactly.
Usually,
That's
so
a
it's just
freaking
great way
idea.
to get it around.
You know? Because you see that guy that was just here?
Yeah.
Those guys that were playing soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Before you got here. Those guys were playing soccer. One of them, he sells those little friggin' surfboards that aren't really surfboards, you know, with art on them.
Yeah.
Art.
I've
You know,
seen a
which
lot
is
of that.
really
There's one guy that I kind of like, but it's very different. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is, you know, just was a logical thing being where we are. And
Yeah.
also a natural extension for the market is into that area. I even wondered if you might be able to get some kind of agreement or sponsorship with a board manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we're going to need some help soon is uh, corporate sponsorship.
Yeah. So I was thinking. I mean, I don't want to jump in, but I mean, I'm thinking that I should help you maybe write up a mission statement and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. That's probably gonna need to happen pretty much like September, October.
That's perfect time.
Yeah. For me too. If all goes well, I I have a ticket waiting for me at Burning Man.
Okay.
At Will Call.
So I caught you at the right time. I caught you at the right time for this week.
Yeah. Because I still need to pay bills.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's magnificent. It's magnificent. What I'm feeling is some yellow on the bottom. Have a good day. You too, brother. Thanks for the appreciation. So,
yeah. As soon as I send it out,
if that happens, then I'm off next week until the week after.
Okay, that'll be good.
And then I'll probably come pretty much straight back.
yeah.
Although I might stop in Big Sur if I have the resources.
Yeah.
Because that's where this is, you know. And if you get a chance, you might want to watch that movie. You can watch it for free on YouTube. If you go to my, and you can watch yourself today. You know, so. Come on. Yes. All right. Can I keep talking?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to be working on the remix for Kelly's documentary at night, and that's going to take about 3 weeks. But a mission statement, you know, shouldn't take longer than 2 days, I would think. When I say 2 days, I mean 2 days of me working on the boardwalk and working on it at night. You know, and so we can make. And I might when I get back, if I have my bills paid, then I may take a day off on the weekend, so I'll be free to give it a full sit down, and then we can take it from there. After the movie is done, then it gets released on YouTube. And there's a conference, an astrological conference at the end of the month in Arizona that it'd be very good for that project if I was at. Because what we're doing is there's meant to be a sequel to this movie, to this astrological documentary that I'm recutting now, and if we have access to the material that Kelly shot, then that's 45 hours, and all I have to do is just edit that into a movie, and that's probably going to take about 3 months or more to do. But while that's going on, I'm while that's going on, I'm free and totally focused on this project. You know.
Yeah, that's good timing.
This is really interesting. Color combination. I like it.
You did say the term was going to be conscious pilots, right?
Conscious Pilots is our artist group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think we have the domain.
Cool.
But I have to check again. I know we had it at one point. I don't remember if we still have it, because I haven't really done anything with it for a while. But and what's happening with Ryan? I don't know if I told you this, but we are. He injured his back a few months ago, and so he's kind of been recovering with that. And he, is a sound healer.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh yeah, sound and light. And he and his mother own the Aura Shop on Main Street.
Yeah.
And he, does healing sessions in the back of that by appointment. And so he's recorded some of them, and just the audio of them. And so I have about 20 of those that I'm working into. I have about 20 of those that I'm selecting out something to. I figure we can make a movie.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You know what I mean? And I'd like to interview him because he has when you meet him you'll understand he's a friggin' genius, and he has an understanding of how sounds and colors and the human body and the human energy field all kind of work together. That is pretty unique, rare, and incisive. And because for years, he'll say stuff. Oh yeah, that's this color or this tone or whatever, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about doing this movie together, using his sound and my visuals, and it just occurred to me to ask him some questions. It's like, and he started to answer. I was like, all right, hold that. We need to record this. We need to shoot you explaining your take on this, because this is friggin' brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm really excited about that project.
That sounds like very cool.
Yeah. And it's a good way to promote the show.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think we should kind of do a launch for the doc.
A launch for the what?
For the documentary, then we begin to choose the.
Oh yeah, exactly. Same here.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. Totally.
So we should actually start a campaign about where that begins.
Yeah.
Start to, and that'll be a great thing to point forth to sponsors too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes
Definitely.
sense to be there.
Definitely. Yeah. So our focus is not just corporate sponsorship, but conscious corporate sponsorship.
Right. That's pretty obvious, but I'm going to put that in my mix.
Yeah.
I get that totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of what I've been looking for in general.
Sure. Isn't this exciting?
Absolutely.
Does it feel good to you? It feels good to me.
It does.
Yeah, man. All right, it's the yellow one there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Did you put your feet in the water?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I had
Excellent.
a great meeting at the bank. I
Excellent.
needed to get there before 6.
Yeah, you did it, right?
Yeah.
Good. See, check.
Kids, Ethiopia, coffee. Oh, sister, awesome. I'll tell you about it. I'll come back. See you.
Yes. Well, yes. Thank you so much. Bless. You too. Chris is a person that has expressed an interest in the project as well. Just got to get some things straight before getting involved, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But some more yellow in there. Yes. Yes, it's true. I think it's really funny. Ryan's take on color and my take on color. We both have a very, we don't just take color for granted. You know what I mean? Color is alive, and it has, we both have our own iconography about it.
Yeah.
And when I was in kindergarten, I would arrange my paints and my crayons in a specific order to adhere to a story that I had about, that I understood about the color, about colors. It was all about this love affair between blue and yellow. All of them were in relation, in support of that love affair between blue and yellow. Yeah, that's funny. Your thoughts on the launching the documentary first, because I was thinking the same exact thing.
Yeah, it should be a very good. It's really a perfect way to roll this out.
Yeah, I think you're right. Talk about building a buzz.
There's a film canvas.
What's that?
There's a film canvas for this piece.
You know what that is, right?
No, I think I did, but I'm not sure.
It's called a shark labyrinth.
Okay.
It's named for the cathedral in France, on the floor of which there's one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Labyrinths in general are an ancient technology for creating water springs. So if you build something like that on a hilltop, at the base of the hill, a spring will occur. And I could go into how that works. The labyrinth will, if you build it, and you have to walk it. Once you build it, you have to walk it.
Right. We did that. I did that. We did a water wheel with youth spiritual leader.
Ah, youth, yes.
Just for the, for survival. He's very, very good at that.
Uh-huh. I am listening.
His name is Golden Eagle, and we were drawing the water, blessing it with crystals, and it started with a cornflower ritual, laying out the water wheel, and then we did circular walks where we were, kind of transferring our connectedness to crystals and putting them at these various points.
Mm-hmm.
And then we began to do these walks that were counter circles, going increasingly fast, pairing up women inside, and then couples were, creating on-the-spot couples, and then the single individuals on the outside. And it turned into, this crazy, static thing that started off as walking, and then became something, and then was dancing, and the circle kept getting smaller, and then we're running. and it kept getting smaller. And at the center of it all, we placed like a sort of a well of crystals with bracelets and things that we wanted to sort of ritually sanctify right around it. And suddenly, you know, it was like the whole thing was imploding. You know? The water wheel had vanished, our feet, you know, and it was just that hole that begins to sink away. And all you're left with is this crystal well somewhere in the sand.
Wow.
We never actually saw water, but
Yeah, you wouldn't.
yeah.
It takes a while. You have to. You have to. You have to work it. You have to keep ritual with it through the lunar cycle. Yes. 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 I don't know, man. I don't know. And I like it. I like not knowing.
Just gotta keep going until
That's
it finds
right.
itself,
Till it
right?
makes sense, or not. Yeah. Yes. What's going on here? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I got it. Just oh. Ah. So I will do my best to get a hold of Ryan and set up a meeting. When is a really good time for you? Is there a time this week, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty free. I've got this like some stuff to do for a documentary in the next few days, and my obvious usual just stuff to be moving ahead. But you know, it's early evening, I guess, works best for you, right?
Early evening is after I'm free from here, which is I'm usually out of here by 8:30ish.
Okay.
So evening after that is I'm open. Is that good for you?
Yeah,
Is that
actually
too late?
tomorrow and Friday, I've taken off already.
Okay, so
Yeah.
tomorrow, today is
Today's
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Well, Saturday-ish.
Saturday would be okay, or I'm kind of wondering why we can't wait till you get back to Birmingham.
Okay, that's fine for me.
Because I should, you know, I mean, either.
You're right. I totally forgot. I'm that close. See?
Yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense to try to wedge it in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think that'll be good timing to start doing stuff. You know,
okay.
especially
Sounds good.
good.
Yep. Excellent. Yeah, we'll probably want to do some show and tell. Show you the Lightbox technology.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Excellent. Excellent. So how's things going over there at the Full Circle, or is somebody at the Full Circus?
Yeah, it seems to be fun. I've been kind of just staying back a lot. I'm not sure if I'm. I think I'm just giving it its space for.
Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, 20%. Cool. All right.
I know that happened 2 days ago.
Don't know where we're going.
You funny, you funny.
Where it's going. Where are you living?
Friend's basement. On 14th Street in Montana.
Probably they used to be stuff.
On Montana?
14th.
Oh,
Right off of
14th.
Montana.
Yeah, right. That's great.
It's an odd place to be. I kind of like to get up and stuff.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. But you know, there's if you're in the basement, you can only go up.
No, I know that really clearly at this point in my life.
But also, you know, there's something about. I was in an earthquake over there, north of. I was on 3rd Street, but it's north of Montana, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping in my bus, and it felt like I was asleep. And it woke me up because it felt like somebody was jumping up and down on my lumbar.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, who knows where I am? who do I know that would be doing something like that to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I looked out the back, and there was nobody there, and I saw the trees going like this, right? And the road doing one of these.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy, you know? And then all the lights, people's lights came on, and the car alarms and all this sort of stuff. This was 20 years ago, right? And I realized, in that instant, I realized that I was only 3 blocks from the edge, you know, that drop down to the PCH, you know, and that everything underneath that was just sand and clay. You know what I mean? It was that clear to me, just how, you know, how tenuous it was, you know. And it didn't get any worse than that. But it was, you know, nobody was hurt or anything like that. But it definitely, you know, put me on notice of where exactly we were. Now you're in that whole box, and it's a very sacred place, you know, for you to quote unquote go within.
Yeah.
You know, it's the nadir. This is the nadir, the depth of your soul in the astrology chart. At the bottom of that circle, right? The place between the 3rd and the 4th house. It represents the depths of your soul and who you are in the depths of your soul. That's what that's all about. You know? And you know, sometimes, and in an astrology chart, you know, this is the ascendant, this is the descendant, right? This is the eastern horizon, this is the western horizon. This point here is the point that was straight overhead at the moment of your birth. It represents your earthly mission, you know. And so the nadir is opposite that, opposite the earthly mission, right? And everything below this line, you know, the Earth is in the center, and you're looking at the chart. You're looking at the North Pole of the Earth, right? So everything below this line is the underworld, right? And there's this story in astrology that the planets are, if you look at them as heroes, archetypal heroes, then the hero's journey, when the planets go this way down into the underworld, eventually they reach the depths of their soul, right? And there's a point that's like 5 degrees before you hit the nadir of the chart, where there's the facing of the dragon, the slaying of the dragon, and the capturing of the treasure, right? And then the ascent out of the underworld, and then as it enters the 7th house and comes up above, this is the 7th. Look where the sun is right now is the 7th house. You know, this is the house of public relations. Okay, and it's also the house of allies. It's the house of intimacy and partnership and marriage, and but the house of allies, right? Then the planetary hero receives, you know, makes allies and whatnot that will help it deliver the boon, the treasure, as it reaches the midheaven.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Isn't that crazy?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's you.
Yes.
Facing the dragon, slaying the dragon, and capturing the treasure.
Yeah, I'm moving up into the capturing the treasure zone, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it all takes place down in there.
Yeah.
And so for our project, it's been down here.
Right.
Right. And now we're attracting allies that will help, you know, deliver it.
Totally. That's a beautiful way to look at it.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's very clearly laid out, and it's very solidly what my experience has laid me through.
Yeah.
Beautiful point today here.
Isn't it?
Oh, we should get Sam something before we eat. Not
Every day, baby. Every day, all day. It's like that. You know? Everybody brings their stuff to the beach. You know?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Are you ready to go have some food? Like now or like in a month? It's
Are you married? Do you have family and all that?
I was married twice, and I have a 21-year-old son.
Oh, cool.
But that's it.
How's he doing?
He's fine. He's going through his own little girl's journey. That does not include me for a while.
All right.
But I'm kind of reconciled to that. What about you?
No, I'm not married and don't have any kids. And I like to say these are my kids.
Yeah.
You know. Um,
Yeah, it's a weird time for me in that regard. I mean, I'm not used to it. Part of what I've been doing is a transition. Ended up being so it started with the year when I split up, and I started out in college.
yep.
And I had to begin to discover who I was.
Yeah. How old are you?
54.
Oh, you're 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I'm going to be 57 on, 3 years younger than me. I'll be 57 on the 26th next week.
Yeah, but it's, so my birthday is in November.
Uh-huh.
So we're closer. You know, I'll be 55 2 years and a little bit after.
Yeah, I have that with my sister. Sometimes she's, sometimes we're only a year apart. But most of the time we're not.
Right.
She's 2 years older than me.
Yeah, that's the thing with my older brother and I. You know, sometimes he's 2 years older and sometimes he isn't.
Yeah.
And my best friend is like a year older, you know, and he's born on the first of the year. So,
Uh-huh.
you know.
I was never married legally. I was married in spirit with a girl for 2 years, and it was a secret marriage.
Got it.
Like nobody knew until afterwards. I never told anybody. Except her and the woman who had Alzheimer's disease. And yeah, so notice I picked people that couldn't tell anybody.
Right.
You know. That was an incredible experience. It wasn't planned to be secret, but it ended up being secret.
Yeah, those things are protected by that to some extent. And then I guess if they're secure, then that should be about all they need.
Yeah. Well, the idea, I mean, we didn't plan it to be that way. It just ended up that way because we weren't getting along.
How long ago was it?
Oh, in the early 90s,
Okay.
93 and 95.
Do you see people now?
Do I see her?
Or people?
People? I like them.
How do you see them?
I see them. I would see them walk by all the time. I'd like to see some more of them.
Yeah,
Preferably naked.
that's sort of where I'm at.
Thanks for asking.
Sorry. That's sort of what Venice has been doing lately. It's like kind of a torment in that regard, you know. I'm like, yes, I know I'd like to meet somebody. And yes, I know that you keep insisting on reminding me of that. And, you know, it may or may not be what's about to happen to me.
Yeah, right.
But you come out here or just walk around anywhere in this neighborhood, it's kind of
Yeah, it's full on, man.
fun.
You're right you got your nose right in the feminine archetype.
And it's just,
Heavy.
and it's just really wanting to connect with somebody in the right way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
which is like a mistake I've made in the past where I just didn't really allow it to happen.
Yellow in there. Oh, how are we doing? We're at 5%. Wow, you know what? Look at that.
Yeah, it's just perfect in there.
Doesn't it look always? It always looks better in the friggin' camera. in here, it's like
But it's getting closer.
it's like a war zone. No,
yeah,
just
but
kidding.
it's really getting closer. If you step back, I mean, the way I just did, then it's getting a lot closer every second.
Yeah. I don't know. No. Don't. No. Wow, it looks so good in there.
It's getting there. Yeah,
It looks so good in the as a photograph.
it's really getting. It's getting there.
Yeah. Shadow's kind of hard for me to make sense of it. Oh, okay. So we're down to 1%. So we love you.